Hello, and welcome to the darkest timeline.
Film podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Darkest Timeline. I'm David.
I'm Ian.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm John.
And today we watched a movie that made me hate my history. That's right. We watched Cowboys and Aliens.
Is it really your history with the and aliens part?
That's the part I was talking about.
Yeah, look at his height. He's not normal. He's tall, by the way. He's not short.
Just to be clear.
Quit height shaming me.
We hate the tallies, not the little people. There's no way you're coming out of that. Huh? It didn't sound good at all. So was the plot.
Oh, boy. All right. Does that mean I get to do the plot?
I could do the plot.
Let Dylan do the plot. He hasn't done it in a long time.
If you want a rational explanation of the plot.
I kind of like...
How about a quick explanation of the plot?
Quick explanation of the plot?
Yeah, go for it.
Like under a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to say who the characters that are in it that are main first, so you know who I'm talking about. There's Daniel Craig, he's the main character. There's Harrison Ford, he's a rich one percenter. And there's Olivia Wilde, she's a mysterious woman.
/ alien.
Well, you'll learn that later.
You're ruining the
spoiler, Dave.
You spoiled his explanation of the movie.
Those are the only the characters we need to know about, I think.
There's Percy.
Don't need to know about
So
him.
you don't. The only characters you need to know about for the plot.
There's the preacher.
There are things happening
I don't
around
really
the
need to
plot of
know
the
about
movie that I don't care about right now because we're going to do this fast. So Daniel Craig doesn't know who the hell he is, and he beats up 3 dudes, goes into town, and kicks Harrison Ford's kid in the crotch.
Yeah.
And then he gets arrested because he's apparently an outlaw. And then aliens attack when he's being carried off to the marshals, and he destroys one of their ships after a bunch of people are taken. So they all posse together in a big old
Posse.
They posse together as a big posse, just manly men doing manly things to kill aliens. And they go after the aliens, and they run into...
Hey, manly men, woman, dog, and boy.
Things.
Everyone's a man in the Old West.
Even
women,
a baby.
women, dogs, and boys, all men.
Even the coyotes.
Yeah, back in the Old West when men were real men and women were real men. And they run into Daniel Craig's old gang, and they escape from Daniel Craig's old gang, who turn out to be a little bit hostile. Some of that gang is also taken by the aliens, and then they actually run across the alien stronghold. They get kidnapped by Indians, and they make friends with the Indians when Olivia Wilde comes back like a phoenix in the flames. And
You never mentioned she died.
and then they decide they don't have enough people, so Daniel Craig goes back to his old gang and says he's going to make them rich, which he does in the end, actually. They have a bunch of gold. And they go and fight the aliens, and everyone outside gets f***ed up by the aliens, and they kill a few of them. Meanwhile, Daniel Craig and Olivia Wilde go inside, and Daniel Craig, they save all the town people and the Native Americans and the gang people. They save everyone that was in the ship that wasn't dead. There's probably a few people gone already. And then Olivia Wilde, who is an alien, did I mention that?
Kind of.
Well, Dave did, so that's fine. Her people were taken by these as well, by the other aliens, and so she goes up into the heart of the ship with a makeshift bomb and destroys it. Also, Daniel Craig couldn't remember anything because he was originally captured by the aliens and he escaped, and amnesia ensues after you're captured by the aliens because of a white light.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Yeah, they f***ing did. Ugh.
Yeah, the town had a bunch of gold. There's going to be a railroad coming in soon. Everyone's drinking at the bar.
Everyone who was a jerk suddenly is not a jerk.
Yeah. We'll talk
alien magic.
I would like to talk about the ending later.
The dog is drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody's just drunk.
He's playing poker.
And
he's ahead.
him and his dog friends. That's where they took the picture. That's where we got the famous picture from.
Percy's taking selfies with everyone because he's a great person now.
Well, hey, all you got to do is lose your memory and you're not a douche anymore because you can't remember being a douche in the first place.
Well, I imagine he remembered who he was and whatever.
How convenient.
Well, Daniel Craig was going to kick his butt.
The only way Daniel Craig remembered who he was a bad trip with the Indians.
Native Americans.
Well, some of the people,
Native
Indigenous
Americans.
some of the people remembered immediately,
That's true.
relatively immediately.
Hey,
like,
it
you know,
depends on the
different
person.
for
You know what?
everybody.
It's different for everyone.
I
Olivia
thought-
Wilde did say that.
I thought they lied.
About what?
Just so they didn't hurt the other person's feelings. It's like, do you remember me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then because you saw how the girl hugged the doctor, she was like, "Who the hell is this person? I don't
Well, if you want
who am
to,
I hugging?"
if you want to impose those emotions on her, sure, you could say she's being like that.
Didn't we go to high school together? Like your class in 1848, right?
Right. You're like my bestie.
I don't know when this movie took place.
Cowboy Time.
Cowboy Times.
Yeah,
The
Cowboy
old
Times-
West.
Cowboy Times and Alien Times, so it's hard to tell.
yeah.
Alien Times.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Cowlian Times.
No. Also bad.
Haley Boy Times.
I don't like that word at all.
So let's talk about the best parts of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hit us off, Dave.
All right, there's only one thing that I liked about this movie.
Yeah,
What
we
is it,
could
Dave?
tell. You were real just dour.
Oh, this movie was awful.
I know at least one thing you liked.
Awful. The one thing I liked was when Harrison Ford punched Daniel Craig,
He
and
didn't
then
just punch him. He hit him with the butt of his gun.
yeah, hit him with the butt of his gun, and then Daniel Craig hit him back, and they just kind of look at each other, and there's like a little bit of blood coming down off the face, and they kind of like do a bro nod, and they respect each other. It was just they understood no one's out alphaing anybody else.
Yeah. Everyone's an alpha. I hit you with a gun. You punch me in the face. We're both standing up. Okay.
It was great. It was my favorite part.
I remember another part you liked.
Was that?
I remember you liked when Daniel Craig and Percy, whoever that kid actor's name is, when they were in the Marshall's like police van kind of thing, and Daniel Craig's like, "Come on, give me your hand, I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna get us out," and then he breaks the kid's hand to remove it from the handcuffs so that he can get out.
Hey man, he was a douche. And he kind of deserved it, but I did slightly feel bad for him. It's like, dude, you did not see that coming.
Before that point in the movie, even after that point in the movie, I had written down that on a list of people in this movie who deserve to just be shot, he is present. He's on that list.
Yeah.
Like if he got shot, I'd be like, I feel nothing.
So did you like that about the movie, Ian?
What?
Then why are you talking about it?
I mean, actually, I was generally okay with this movie.
You're next, Ian. What did
Okay.
you like?
I'm gonna say my favorite part was the Western, like just the aesthetic of how they got Western down. All
Yeah.
the Western
Oh, yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
Like everything just looked right. Like insides of buildings, they just had all the knickknacks and were correct.
Patty Wax,
Well,
give
as-
dog a
as far
bone.
as you
Well,
know.
correct as far as I know, and my knowledge of Westerns is fairly limited.
Oh, you have a hex.
Yeah, that's
Got more than just hacks.
its set dressing was also pretty good.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Like the Western feel of both of those movies.
yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. All right. So the best for me, it's not anything really impressive. So the first part of the movie, the douchey son of Harrison Ford, he was a damn good actor. I give him that. Because, man, he made me... No, hear me out. Because he was being so douchey. I was like, man, I kind of want someone to give this man a one-up. I really want Daniel Craig to one-up him, even though I know he's going to get in trouble for doing it. But I want someone to one-up him. I mean, he's going around asking people for money. You know, and he knows they're poor. And he's been raising up a tab. He's not paying any money. And he has money. That's douchey. That's so douchey. And they did it so well because I was like... Okay, you goaded me in. It's kind of like, oh, all right, you got me in here. I want to see him get his one-uppings. Please. I want to see him get his one-uppings. And he did a good job doing that, playing that role.
He
And
made you hate him.
Daniel Craig never even actually got in trouble for doing that. He
really.
got in trouble
Yeah.
for being an outlaw previously.
Yeah.
true.
Which they did go another way with it, but I was just like, I
And
mean.
Harrison Ford never even heard about him being attacked by Daniel Craig.
He didn't.
He didn't. No one ever told him that.
Which
Everyone was just like,
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. No,
The whole town, like, no.
no one cares.
They had Jake's back on that. They was like, no, we're not going to tell you
And
about it.
Percy gets amnesia, so it's very convenient.
It works out. Everybody's happy. And and this isn't even really that good of a note. The second thing that I like that the movie wasn't bad. Quotations, unquotations. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was.
We've seen much, much worse movies.
It was better than Hex.
100% disagree.
What?
You think Hex was better?
Do you okay? Well,
I
do you
did-
dislike westerns in general?
I love westerns.
Even
you-
older ones.
But do you think
Even
Hex
older
was
ones.
better?
Do I think Hex was better? Different kind of bad.
But which
Jonah
was,
Hex
which
was like-
better though?
Which
Jonah
was,
Hex wasn't bad in the Wild Wild West kind of way.
Which was better though?
which was a better Western?
This one or Jonah Hex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just overall, which was better?
This one is technically a better,
There you go.
in
Yeah.
so much as I prefer to have soft stool instead of hard.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Who doesn't?
What?
But
No, that's a huge improvement.
but I'm not gonna go around telling people like
Stool to stool.
You
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What do you mean you're not going to go around telling people? You just said it on a podcast. A lot of people are going to hear that.
Well, some
you're-
people.
Yeah, you're totally overestimating the size of our audience.
you know what? I like to be positive.
There's people that are at home going, oh yeah, soft stool, man. That's an improvement.
Hashtag soft stool.
Hey, that's gonna catch on Twitter.
Nope.
So my favorite part of the movie,
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I mentioned earlier, was actually the dislocated fingers thing. I had that written down as my favorite part.
That's
Okay.
it's a good moment.
Yeah, it's a great moment. I think I think it was funny.
It worked.
And I remember there were a few other like moments like that were really good in the movie. That weird conversation between the Mexican guy and the doctor. It was about
Also
like,
worked.
Well,
not
he
how-
was actually actually was Mexican.
Yeah, he was.
Right? When the doctors are like, my wife is Latina.
Yeah,
And they, like-
Mexicana.
And they start like
Mexicana.
speaking. They start speaking Spanish to each other a little bit, and it was like, oh, they're kind of becoming friends in this weird situation. there.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing the doc was saying was CC.
He said more than just that. Maybe
a little bit.
I don't remember.
Oh man, about when they were chained together,
Uh-huh.
like right when they were chained together, I was immediately like I said out loud, I'm like, oh hey, chained together hijinks, because I forgot what happened after that.
Broke his
And
finger.
then nope, break his wrist or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
That was a good pitfall to avoid because they could have easily had them chained together for half an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the thing with me is like, man, did he break his fingers like back at the joints where they bend?
I imagine he just broke the thumb.
Yeah.
Because that like breaking that bone would greatly improve the thinness of your wrist.
Okay.
Improve, I guess.
He's a douche. I mean, the other dude is a douche,
But
man,
since we already mentioned the dislocated fingers thing.
Hurting that boy.
no, he didn't.
Since we already mentioned the dislocated fingers thing, the other thing I was going to say is that I really liked the design of the alien ships.
Yeah.
That like weird kind of mosquito-y
Insecty.
fish kind of thing going on. I thought that was really cool.
And
I
when
thought-
when you caught them head on, they kind of looked like old school bombers, like fighters.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
had like the whole aesthetic of the aliens in general with all their stuff. I thought was really cool. And it was definitely original enough for me to be like, yeah, this is a newer thing.
Yeah, and they looked good.
And
They could take a hit.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
could
Oh,
I mean, you could shoot him in the eye, but that was basically it. Or
stab
Other-
them.
some pretty powerful shotgun blasts would do it.
there's a gentleman who knifes one of them and attaches a stick of dynamite to the end of the knife.
Yeah.
That was badass.
That helps.
And then he gets murdered by the thing, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he went
Well-
out like a G though.
Well, I mean, he was screaming while it blew up, so technically it was suicide.
I guess.
Yeah, the combat between the aliens and the people on the outside. So there's the outside combat
In the third act.
in the third act, and then there's another thing that's going on in the interior of the spaceship. The exterior stuff was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was, and it
was.
got
I'll give it
bloody.
that.
It got very bloody.
It got pretty crazy.
I mean,
out there.
this whole movie the movie felt like it was like trying to be safe for the longest time. Like it wasn't showing really bad stuff on screen. And then suddenly, like, a dude exploded into blood.
And then, like, another dude had his head mostly ripped off.
Yeah, like, damn, what changed? They saved it all for the end.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Some
When
nice
it got
shock
there,
value in the end there.
the shock value, and the aliens were about the size of a horse.
Yeah, they were pretty.
Yeah,
ruthless.
they were pretty big.
They were knocking off people from their horses and then ripping them in half, and it was bad news. And then they got the thing where their chest opens up and their armor, and like they've got little like
Mandible hands.
mandible hands.
The baby hands.
And a completely unshielded, like, heart or something.
Yeah.
Well, generally it is shielded when they have their
Yeah, the baby hands.
chest cavity closed.
What kind of evolutionary situation occurred for internal hands?
Well, they tended to have a lot of heart attacks. They needed something in there that they could just, like, restart their heart themselves with. It was really convenient.
Yeah, I just
They were the Chris Farley of alien creatures. But they needed to survive.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I have a second place good thing that I liked,
Okay.
which was the boat in the middle of nowhere that got turned upside down
Right.
as a set piece. I thought that was a great set piece.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
It really set the stage of like weird West.
Yeah, one of those old like steamboats.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
the
big paddle
inside was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so well done.
wheel. Yeah. I was gonna.
Oh,
The
yeah.
sets in this movie were really good.
Yeah.
I felt they got a little lazy with some of the exterior. Like, okay, it's the Wild West. It all kind of looks the same. But sometimes I just thought the framing was just dull.
Well, the exterior of the boat for me was pretty dull.
yeah.
The
Which I
exterior-
was like, because they had to explain, oh, it's a boat. Can't you see it? And
Well, I
something
saw
like
it
that.
was a boat.
But I mean, yeah, I get it was a boat because I can see the
Well, it was. I
turning.
think it was the Doc said that the line. He had his little joke. And I was like, I don't know much about boats, but isn't that one upside down?
But yeah, I mean, but even so, they still. I mean, like it could have been just a line, It
was.
just.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. I just wish that it would have been in maybe better condition outside because it seems like it's been there for like the way it looked. It looked like it's been there for like months.
Nah, it looked like it had been dropped.
Well, wait a damn minute. What are the aliens doing? That the nearest place they said in the movie that boat could be held was 500 miles away. The hell are the aliens doing dragging that 500 miles and then tipping it over?
They're stupid.
Right. They wanted a place to gamble, and they heard of our legendary steamboat cruise.
Ian.
Yeah, all right, man. I was wrong. I'll
Another-
take the hit on that one.
Another thing I liked about that movie was Olivia Wilde. I thought I like her a lot better than Megan Fox in westerns so far.
Yeah, she was better in the second act than the first act to me. First act, she was just, which explains why she was weird in the first act. But she was just, I don't know, I could have done without.
She was mysterious.
I could have done without.
She
as
was
well.
weird.
She was creepy.
Exactly.
That was the point.
I know. I'm just saying she was.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. Because to me, that wasn't realistic to me. Because she was walking around like
She was
just.
an alien. What's realistic about that?
I mean, but you couldn't. Because he was like, say what you want or be gone. Man, if it was me, I'm like, man, what the heck? What? What do you want? Get away from me. I would have said something like, you're freaking me out. I'm sorry. I'm weirded out. I don't even know who I am. I'm sitting trying to drink this whiskey, trying to rest in peace. And here you come staring at me like, what? You want to? I mean, I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. I was going to say something crazy.
I'm pretty sure you're a little bit more uptight than Daniel Craig in this movie.
Probably so.
He seemed way chill.
Too chill.
For all the things that happened in this movie, he's way chill.
Especially when the alien attacks first started, where he could see them.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't remember anything. So
That's
all this,
true.
all
I
this-
did. This is everything's new.
As far as he knows, this is all normal.
Yeah.
He's like, flying stuff, all right. I got a laser thing on my wrist. Let's take care of some business. That's just how the world works, right?
That's, for him, yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
What did you sort of like?
In the beginning of the movie, when it's just like, it's desert and it pans, and then Daniel Craig gets up and he's like, what the f? And he has his little wrist thing on. And then the three guys come by and he says nothing. Daniel Craig says nothing until he's in town for a bit. Daniel Craig's completely silent during the scene. These three guys walk up and they're like, hey, he's probably like a escaped fugitive. Let's bring him and for a bounty. And they just, they try to get him. And Daniel Craig kills all three. He has nothing. He uses their weapons and kills all three. And it was just like, here's the first scene of the movie. Here's your main character. He is an incredible badass. On with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had just woken up and knows nothing before that moment.
Yeah. He's a blank slate. He just sees some dudes who were like, we're going to take you in for something. He's just like, kill.
Yeah.
Kill.
To be fair, if he knows nothing, he has no concept of morality.
I suppose that's true.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
if he knew English, he might have morality. Unless he didn't have morality before.
Well,
Which he may not have had because he was an outlaw.
Well, maybe because he wasn't under the trance that long, because he wasn't under the spell that long, he could
You have
still
no
remember
idea
English.
how long he
I don't know.
He was in there long enough for them to take him out to operate on him.
wait a minute. He was in there for like a month.
How you know?
Because in the movie, I was listening, he quit the gang a month ago and brought the gold to his girlfriend or whatever. And right when he brought the gold home, they were abducted. And he wakes up right after he escapes. So that was a month ago that he got abducted. So he was there for a month. They didn't do shit to him for a month.
I wonder what they fed him.
I have no idea.
Happy light?
Hopes and dreams.
Life skills on how to survive.
What?
That's why he was just whooping ass.
No.
Like in
he was a-
Demolition Man, they were just downloading.
Downloading food? That doesn't work.
Wait, did they eat like this? I don't know. Just keep playing. Replay it.
I don't know. Poke him. Is he getting fatter? I don't know.
Who knows?
How do these people eat? I put thoughts of food in his head. That works for us.
No, rub his heart. Will that work?
Just put the food directly in the heart.
Oh, no, that didn't work on the other guy.
They keep dying. What's going
in a
on? What's wrong with
big
them?
way. It really didn't work.
These humans are weird. Any other things that people like?
We're good.
Here's something that wasn't technically in the movie. Well, it was. But when before Daniel Craig ever talked, when he was cleaning his wound after breaking into that church, and Dave's phone buzzed during the movie. And right when it buzzed, Daniel Craig looked right into the mirror like he heard something. And we were all just like, was that in the movie? What was that noise?
Hey, man.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was right on time.
All right, let's wade in. What was awful? Dylan.
Oh, we gotta turn the paper over.
I didn't have enough room on the front.
Clearly, that's how
the-
paper works.
The ending.
The ending. Let's talk about the ending.
Well, the ending specifically, not like post Olivia Wilde blowing up the alien ship. Everything is it's supposed to be the movie's framed like a classic Western, but this has the happiest ending ever
Of a Western.
of any Western.
Yeah.
The happiest ending.
Practically of any movie.
The only negative thing in the ending of this movie is that Olivia Wilde is dead, so Daniel Craig does not have anyone.
You know what? I thought that his original girl was gonna come back. Like, I know she was evaporated, but
She was literally turned into ashes.
But I thought this was like an alien trick. You know what I'm saying? Like she evaporated, but still the molecules are floating around somewhere, and then she would just, honey, like he turned around and, baby, I thought you would. I didn't kiss this other woman. I promise I didn't.
John, that is some wishful thinking.
It was very wishful.
Well, I think I'm on John's side because Olivia Wilde was dead, got thrown into a fire, Viking funeral style, and just came back.
The second time, she was holding a bomb. I'm pretty sure, and a big one that destroyed an alien ship. I don't think there's any coming back from like dematerialization.
I really actually expected her to come back after that hummingbird was insane.
Yeah.
Like I expected her to
when
be
that hummingbird.
outside.
Yeah, I thought someone was gonna
That
be
was like-
outside.
that was like-
they
I think-
tricked me twice.
I'm pretty sure that was his spirit animal
Yeah.
from the vision.
Yeah, I mean he'd be taking him to her, man.
Right? He
Who
could be
knows,
saying,
man?
"Hey, your life is back perfect."
That was
And,
probably
and clearly they're biologically compatible.
Right, and I want to get into more into the ending here, but I just want to note his spirit animal is a hummingbird. This is a man who killed 3 other men with his bare hands within 30 seconds of this movie starting. I think
much like a hummingbird would.
exactly.
his spirit animal is a bear. It's a wolf.
No, it's a hummingbird, man. You saw it in the movie.
Nah, man. The way he was killing those people, it's a savage animal.
Yeah.
It's like an orangutan that rips your nuts off and throws it in your face.
I don't think
Man.
orangutans do that.
Well, if you're getting pissed off.
Clearly, you have never seen a hummingbird in the wild. You better stay clear, man.
Any other thoughts? Because I
did.
I liked it.
I totally. I mean, it was so happy. I didn't think it deserved to be that happy. There was
It
Percy
didn't.
became like a really good person, and then Harrison Ford's like
Whoa.
drinks for everyone.
Whoa, Percy was
Right?
even friends with the little kid.
Yeah.
That was hard. It was hard to swallow.
Everyone is
It was a
such,
hard adjustment.
This movie, like I bought a lot of like the character growth in this movie. Whereas it's like, oh, Doc is actually like becoming a fighter and a hero. I can see that. Harrison Ford is becoming Doc is Sam Rockwell. Harrison Ford is becoming less racist and I don't know about.
He's becoming
not.
a human being.
He's becoming a nice person and like he's becoming a decent person. That's his character arc. And I was buying those things, but then the end of the movie was just like, and everyone is perfect and great.
No, but you know what? I can kind of buy Harrison Ford's character because I didn't see any Native Americans in that bar. Because he brought all his white friends. It was like, hey, drinks for everybody. It was like, hey, you stay out there, you engines.
The
get on out of here.
The Native American tribe lived like hundreds of miles away from
Hey,
that town.
man. Hey, they had money, though. It's like, hey, you can come here whenever. We'll send an Uber. It doesn't even exist.
Oh yeah, so
What's the
aliens,
Wild West version of an
Just
Uber
a
over there?
teenager with a second horse.
an Uber coach.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really explain. The aliens were harvesting gold because it's just as rare to them as it is to us, which is, I guess, a decent reason.
I mean,
true.
you know, it's a mineral, whatever.
it's
I mean,
minerals.
we don't know
They
how
probably-
stuff works on their
Yeah,
planet.
they probably used it for specific things,
Like
that they
fuel.
need, like fuel or something.
Yeah.
Electronics.
Maybe
electronics.
like gold for them is like
But-
oil for us.
But the after the ship blew up, everyone like has a ton of gold because the ship was like filled with this stuff, and then they realized,
Molten gold.
the caverns down here do have gold in them. We were wrong to think there was none. So the town is suddenly flooded with gold, and so the town's rich, and there's going to be a train coming through. The end of the movie is bullshit.
Well, sort of. It could be more bullshit.
It could be because
the most
Olivia
val-
Wilde could have come back.
The most valuable thing that is left is not the gold. It's all the alien technology.
That all blew up.
No, not all of it. There's a few fighters that
yeah.
are at the bottom of oceans.
Actually, there's a
Alien.
fighter in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a ton on the outside where they actually killed some of the guys. There's definitely a lot of alien weaponry sitting around.
Oh yeah.
That stuff. You just. Oh man, World War I is going to be way easier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Depends who gets it first, right? Because if it's the Native Americans, then we are.
Hey, man, I'm part Native American.
Yeah, you okay?
A lot of my blood would be.
Well, just the Apaches of Arizona, which
Yeah.
I don't even.
Well, I mean, it was a lot closer to their land than the town,
Right.
but they were all friends then.
Yeah.
They all worked. They were good.
Yeah, and no
Yeah.
white man ever visited that area of Arizona ever again.
Is that like? Where's Area 51?
New Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah.
You go, come on, man.
that would be really funny. If,
Didn't you ever watch Independence Day
I did when I was a little one.
when you were a little one?
Yes.
You don't look like you were ever a little one.
I was 5'5" once.
When you were born, R.I.P. your mother.
Oh.
Your mother's not dead, is she?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, God. Dylan, you're a terrible person.
Oh man,
You made a your mother's dead joke to a guy whose mother is dead.
I said that, and then I was like, oh, I think I remember something bad. I was like, oh, that.
Dave, are you okay? You okay, man?
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I don't think he's gonna laugh. I don't know if
That was not, that was not okay. That was not okay. Oh. I feel so bad, and you're laughing so hard right now. This is a difference of feeling right here. I'm the one who told the joke that made me feel like a piece of shit. And your face is, you look like a tomato, man.
Oh man, I feel so bad. No, please. Can I take it back? Can I take it back?
I couldn't tell it, man, David. I couldn't tell if you were laughing or crying, but now you're doing both because you're laughing so hard.
Hey, man.
So, Dave,
oh, my goodness.
since you're in such a state, what was your least favorite part of the movie?
Oh, man. That's gold.
My least favorite part of this movie
Oh, you sound great.
was that it was just long.
Yeah.
Long and boring. And, you know, there was aliens, and there was gunfights, and there were cowboys, and there's all these things, and you'd think, like, if you were pitching a movie about this, you wouldn't assume there'd be large tracks of this movie that are just dull, just boring.
It's a Western. Westerns are 80% boring. It's in the bylaws.
No.
What's that one movie? The Searchers, so much of that is just like, here's winter, they're still riding. Here's summer, they're still riding. Here's winter, they're still riding.
Yes. That's all I got. It wore on me because it's an hour and 15-minute movie.
No, it's 2 hours. And
or
15
2 hours
minutes.
and 15 minutes.
If it was an hour and 15 minutes, you'd be in a way better mood right now.
Slow movies are not for everyone. If Brett was here, he would be having it even worse than you.
And I like the Western. Western's one of my favorite genres. It wasn't Western enough in so much as like the mashup kind of made it hard for me to swallow the tone.
I can hear it. I can see that.
That was the worst part. It was just hard.
Oh yeah, you know, I had it. That was my second or my first note that I wrote down. Was it's a classically paced slow Western, and that happens to have aliens and advanced technology in it in large enough quantities to make it feel way too slow. Because there's all these things that would be in much faster movies, and so the action scenes are paced much quicker than the rest of the movie because of the content of them.
Yeah, I mean, even with the reveals of what we were learning about the aliens, it was just taking too long.
And another thing with a classic Western, you get great characters that you learn about and you invest in, and you sometimes, especially like in Unforgiven or something like that, where you kind of deconstruct a character and rebuild them up, and you understand a lot of why they tick. This didn't have that kind of character development.
I think the closest people to that were Sam Rockwell and Harrison Ford.
Yes, absolutely, and they didn't get enough screen time.
They didn't quite get that.
Well, especially Sam, he did not.
Well, to be
Yeah,
fair,
he didn't.
They basically made that character when he was like, I'd like to join this movie. And they were like, you can be this one character who was initially supposed to be almost not in the movie and a large Mexican man. So we'll rewrite it for you.
But all the stuff that Sam Rockwell was in was pretty gold.
Yeah, it really
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He was great.
And he had a
Yeah.
great look to him. It was very hipstery,
It was realistic. Like for him, that was realistic.
but he was pulling it.
If he was a
pulling it off.
doctor back then, that's what he would look like.
Exactly. He would be the doctor.
I was confused because he was a doctor and the preacher was also a doctor.
The preacher wasn't a doctor. He just had some medical experience. He seemed like he was like in the army. He was probably like an army medic, chaplain kind of guy. Mm-hmm. And
Army medic chaplain. All right.
I mean, it seems like one of those things they would kind of bundle together back then.
I'm going to stitch you up, but I'm also going to pray for you because this doesn't look good.
But you know, for
Well, that kind
me,
of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I kind of wish I would have been able to find out more about, well, one, Daniel Craig's, or whatever his name, Jake, whatever his face is.
Call him Daniel Craig, man.
Well, Daniel Craig's girlfriend, wife, like his original girlfriend. I would have liked to find out more about her instead of these very small bits and just flashback pieces.
You got everything.
Which I get
there.
it. Don't get me wrong, I get it. And also, I would like. I mean, they kind of set me up with the douchey son of Harrison Ford, but then they took him away, and it was just kind of like, well,
Yeah.
there could have been some character
Did
growth
you
there.
want more of him?
I mean, it could have been character growth. I mean, if you're gonna force this character growth within him, or just call it on, oh, he just had amnesia.
Dude.
I don't think he had amnesia. I think that
No.
the experience made him a better person.
Yeah, I mean, but still, it was kind of like it's kind of a cop out.
I guess.
Kind of a cop out. They could have done better. It's just that they just didn't want to. Okay, I guess I'll go. Whatever.
Yeah, what was your least favorite part, John?
My least favorite part is the whole thing about
Just the whole thing.
it's
All of it.
Okay, this didn't make any sense. Okay, they put in this idea. They called it out there, so now this is a fact. Aliens can't see well in the light. And they said aliens can't see well in the light. Okay, it's best that we travel through the light. But there was this huge fight scene during the daytime, and the aliens were whooping their butts. I mean, they could see everything. They were running around. They were tackling some of the cowboys off of the horses, stabbing them in the chest cavities. And it was like, wait, what happened to the whole they can't see that good in the daytime? Even when they were flying their spaceships. Now, I could kind of forgive them for that. Maybe there's something outfitted in the spaceship to where it can combat light. Right. I'll give them that. But them going out themselves with nothing, like they're not even wearing a suit. It's like you made this statement, you made this thing seem like fact, but then you just said, it, and that just made no sense to me.
I have a theory about that. I think they shot that part where they said they can't see in the light, and it was like too big a line in like a much bigger conversation. They couldn't take it out, and there was like forecasted for rain every night they wanted to do the fighting scene, so they had to do it in the day. And there was just for some technical issue forced them to film it in the daytime.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I think. That's the only reason I could see.
Someone was like, this is a really long fight scene, and if it's at night, you ain't gonna be able to see what's going on for shit.
The only other thing I didn't like was what is Olivia Wilde?
She's a different alien race, one that those people subjugated previously.
I don't care. I mean, that part...
She said that.
I mean, I get it, but at least you can draw a cartoon flashback. We've been seeing cartoon flashbacks in almost every film.
I'm done with cartoon flashbacks, John.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand that.
And this movie was already an hour and 15 minutes long.
At least explain what race you were. We are the
right.
Something. I don't know. You say something. I mean, it's just like, yeah, they subjugated us too. And who are you? How can I trust you? If anything, for all I know, you might be a scout for them.
Yeah.
So screw you.
And I gotta say, if you can come back from the dead and these people subjugated your race, we're f***ed. Like, we are so in trouble.
Right.
Well, the bad aliens, what they were doing was finding out weaknesses, so clearly they found out the weakness of the immortal race to make it so they couldn't regenerate. And that was probably turning them into ash.
That's dark.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though.
Inaccurate.
Because, you can't regenerate a body that is gone.
I can see Olivia Wilde's character not telling Daniel Craig everything about her species, because technically that's meaningless exposition.
Yeah.
Because...
he's a cowboy and this is the planet that isn't
because
even...
A, he wouldn't understand, and B, she's the last one, so it's irrelevant that she's of any other race.
But it's still good for him to know like what you're up against. Like, hey, look, this is what happened to my race. This is what could happen to your race.
She just pointed at the ship and said, "This is what happened to my race."
I mean, it's kind of like with Krypton, like with Superman. It's like, what's the point of explaining to Superman what happened to Krypton? If the same thing could happen to Earth.
There's a good point. It shouldn't be in the comics.
Okay.
Well, it's part
Next
of his
point, John.
It's part of his
nothing.
backstory, and he's the main character.
True, but I have
she
nothing.
ain't the main character.
I mean, she was naked.
Yeah,
when she comes back from the dead, I'm really wondering what her skill set is. It was very convenient that you put her in fire and she turns into a new person. And
I don't know if it was technically the fire that
she
did
could
it.
take the form.
I think it was like happenstance that she finished regenerating when she was in the fire.
I would like to see her original form as well.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
That would have been
just
nice.
screamed for 4 days, then passed out and never woken back up. That's why they didn't show it.
So where are we on the worst parts? I've gone. Who else
I've gone. I have not gone.
Okay, go ahead. What's the worst part?
While Olivia Wilde was dying, that was just the worst in this Instagram filter on everything. Like the sky was washed out. It was all the light stuff was just bloomed to hell.
It was a
It was
weird part of the
absurd. I didn't like looking at the sky. It was a bad color. I don't know.
I mean, well, the point of that was They're both dying of like heat prostration.
I know, but it was like, whoa, the camera's on you, which is really weird. And then it just like moved to a different camera while someone else was looking at him. Like my eyes weren't used to not having a weird ass color palette, and it didn't work for me. It wasn't good. I see
why they did it, but I don't think they needed to do it.
They didn't. They didn't need to do it.
Can I share a bit of trivia? Our preacher man, our field medic turned turned preacher man.
Head guard from Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
Head guard from Shawshank Redemption. Combat veteran of the Starship Trooper Wars.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, him.
Also in Daredevil.
Really? Wait, the movie?
The television show last season.
What? Oh, the second season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Also the voice of Parallax in Green Lantern.
really? That's not something to tout about.
Also the voice of, for you Star Wars fans, of Savage Opress from the Clone Wars.
Really?
And finally, he's in the movie Pathfinder.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's
He's
great.
Savage Press?
Yeah. Isn't that like a very impressive resume?
Now that's impressive. I don't know about the Green Lantern
It's
being
diverse.
parallax, but yeah, it's very diverse.
But it
watched
really hits
that,
home
so.
he's like quietly in the background of so much of this podcast.
Wasn't really. Yeah, I was going to say he's not quietly in the background of Shawshank Redemption. He's pretty upfront in that movie.
Yeah, so there we go. I thought that was...
Don't throw Andy Dufresne off the roof.
Right.
Let him do your taxes.
That was my trivia. That was,
Nice.
it was interesting.
That was
He
interesting.
does a lot of voice work.
Yeah. Oh, he has a great voice.
Okay. One scene I didn't like actually pairs with one of my more favorite scenes when Daniel Craig first woke up and he had that big manacle thing on and he just tries to pull it off. Like it is really big and just the size of his wrist. And he's like, "Well, looking at my hand, looking at the size of my wrist, I could do this." Try to pull it off a little bit. No, it's not working. So he picks up a rock and just hits it with a rock a few times.
Like a dozen times.
Oh, you can't pull it off? Well, then just hit it with a rock.
Yeah.
No, it didn't work either.
But this is worse than times.
I guess I'll kill 3 dudes now.
Yeah.
I would probably do the same thing.
Kill 3 dudes.
Yeah, all of it. Yes, sir.
All of it.
The whole thing, no, I'd try to pull it off my wrist, and then I'd hit it with a rock,
Yeah.
and then I'd be a complete and total badass out of nowhere. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, that's how I end my day, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
So
before
you end every day, you just kill 3 dudes?
so before we go into our
Wait,
last,
I plead
we're
the fifth.
3 dudes.
I plead the fifth.
so we're not gonna do how you fix it the way we've been doing it. Dave and I talked about this. I don't think anyone else was there.
I think Ian may have been there.
We made what'd you call that, a bilateral decision?
Yeah.
So now instead of us all, because usually it's someone will say something and then people will build off of it. So we're going to build off of the idea of building off of things
What?
as Exhibit would want.
We're going to... The Darkest Timeline is going... The Darkest Timeline is going to collaboratively come
Yeah.
up with a better
Yeah.
movie.
Everyone, we're each going to get a pass on what's going on with the movie. It's the Darkest Timeline fixing the movie, not the members of the Darkest Timeline fixing the movie.
One final movie, not
One
4.
final movie. We might even title it in the end because it sure as won't be this.
Okay.
I can start.
You can go ahead.
I
We'll
think-
go, clockwise.
The mashup portion of it, there wasn't enough. I want cowboys and aliens and zombies. I want a zombie apocalypse.
You know what? Technically there were 3, because they were, Native Americans.
Yeah, and it would be like the aliens are for gold. They're here for gold, but they're also, their mothership got infected with the zombieism and they crash landed here.
Oh, they brought the zombies.
Yeah.
So it's alien zombies.
Yeah.
Or an alien zombie virus.
Right, but only like one of them escaped. And
And then like Dead Space.
Shut up, Ian. This is original.
and then it got loose and it converted half the town, and the other half of the town was holed up, and that's where I'm going to end mine. Just
All right.
another.
What do you
third
add to this
thing,
movie,
zombies.
What do I add to this movie? Okay, when the mothership was dropping down, it was breaking up in the atmosphere, and so different parts landed different places. And so Daniel Craig's character, he finds like one of these, like a big containment vault thing from the ship, and he gets it open. And it's like a freeze chamber where like they had been abducting people for a long time. So he found the chamber where Arthur and all of his knights had been frozen.
They're gonna make awesome zombies.
And so he finds there's just like one big button in there, and he hits it, and it unfreezes all of them. And he tries to explain as well as he can what's going on, and they're just like, the space demons,
The sky demons.
the sky demons, they came for us as well, brother. We shall go forward into victory. And you get some horses because they're all like totally good with that. And so then they have all of King Arthur and his knights on their side, too. And so they join the battle. John, pick it up.
Okay. So then they go to battle. And they realize, man, hey, look, man, we're getting our asses whipped. So they go to a better part of America. What? And they travel for a while because hey, we can't win. And they go see Bryan Cranston. And they asked him, hey, cook up your drugs. We know you were on that TV show, Breaking
This is
Bad.
in the 1800s.
They time travel. This is space technology, man.
Meth would over the Wild West.
It would up
The
the...
end of
That'd be the end of the
Manifested.
wild. That'd be the end of,
Well, but this is the end of the
West.
aliens.
it'd be the end of the West. Meth would destroy lonely people, man.
Yeah,
But
that
hey, we'll worry about that later. Okay, right now we're trying to kill the aliens, all right? So we can...
With meth.
We can have Jonah Hex kill off all of these meth heads afterwards. That's what he's there for. Him and James Bond can team up.
That was Jonah Hex's mantra. Meth heads die.
Yeah.
That was it.
And that's where I leave my part at.
I'm so ready for Dylan to put a bow on this.
Was that man?
It was awesome. That's
Present
what that was.
day? Come on.
Space technology, man.
Space technology. Not present day. It's different.
Space meth. It's okay.
Yeah, we could have space
said-
meth. You could have said there was a Bryan Cranston alien.
Is King
was
Arthur the
making
same
meth?
time?
Well, no, he was frozen.
He was frozen, and he had been abducted ages ago.
That's true.
So how about a Bryan Cranston alien?
But I use space technology for my excuse.
Bryan Cranston playing an alien who makes meth.
Yeah, there you go. He's the one who invented meth. By the way, this is how I'm changing the movie. It's not time travel. It's Bryan Cranston alien who makes meth. Also, he's way chill because he also invented pot.
Okay.
It's actually an alien plant, and he brought it to Earth. And yeah, he's way chill, and he joins the side of the people because he just can't tell anymore. And he thinks that people are way cooler than the aliens because the people will actually take part in his herbal remedy to unchillness.
Okay.
Also, there's meth that he tries to kill the aliens with, but it ends up just f***ing the Old West entirely. So the end of this movie is kind of the antithesis of the end of the proper movie, where it's all bad. It's all bad. Like, the zombies have taken over half the United States, and the other half is being ravaged by people that are just addicted to meth.
Zombies.
Meth
Zombies versus zombies.
Yeah, there's meth zombies as well. That's the middle of America. That's middle America is now meth zombies. And but Bryan Cranston alien is he's the only person or thing in a good spot because he is supplying everybody with what they need: pot for the people and meth for the zombies. And
Alien protection.
and he's doing okay. Daniel Craig. Olivia Wilde survives because she doesn't actually blow up the ship because she's too high. So everyone they go off and be somewhere happy.
What about
But
King Arthur and his knights?
King Arthur and his knights are in a castle, and they fend off all the bad people for pretty much eternity because if you're frozen for too long, you live forever.
That makes sense. I believe it.
I think that with the fall of the American dream so early on in our nation's history, that King Arthur sets up his own little shop, like in the Pacific Northwest. It's like Avalon 2.0.
Man,
I'd say Northeast because in my version that was the part that still had people.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Dude, I would watch the out of that sequel.
Right? King Arthur and his knights in Northeast America fending off
Zombies.
potheads and zombies
For eternity.
for eternity.
Until they all die out.
Gentlemen, job well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So what's this movie called?
Okay, so right now the original one was Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Zombies versus aliens. Meth heads versus, I don't know.
King Arthur versus the Old West and meth.
Camelot Rising.
Okay, King Arthur versus the Old West and meth. Camelot Rising.
Do we have to have the and meth part? That's sort of a spoiler.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
spoiler alert.
Yeah. King Arthur versus the Old West.
Camelot Rising.
Camelot Rising.
Coming 2017.
No,
No, it's coming like
that'll never
47.
or that'll never happen.
Yeah, that will never ever happen.
So
Although we freely give the rights to that away.
yeah. So we're gonna figure out what movie we're gonna watch next now. So Dave, bring out the cards.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If I have the highest card, we are going to watch Barbed Wire.
Barbed wire. Barbed wire is probably a different thing.
Oh,
We
Barbed Wire.
You could watch a fence that has some barbed wire on it.
We're watching Barbed Wire.
Well,
Not if we have anything to say about it.
so I'm gonna pick Dragon Ball Evolution because it's not only a horrible movie, it's a horrible adaptation, and I don't like it for both reasons.
That's true. I agree. I'm going to go with Punisher 89
Ooh, Dolph
nice.
Lundgren.
because me, that's why.
That's fair. That's a good reason.
Ian, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Man Thing.
Oh!
Huh, that's an interesting choice. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's a choice.
All right.
Dave, you first.
do the thing.
We're gonna go in the order we did it.
I have a Jack of
Oh
Clubs.
no.
Let me tell you, we're not going to be watching Dragon Ball Evolution. I have a 3.
Got a 6.
What did you pick?
Barbed Wire. Oh, we're watching Barbed Wire!
Oh,
Damn it.
remember back when Pamela Anderson had studio draw power? Because
That was a while
yeah,
back.
it's
It
been
was
a while.
a while. And this was at the back end of that.
Well,
Was it? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this will be the movie in this season that has nudity.
I hope so.
Play us out.
Okay.
You didn't even
Okay.
drink much.
Oh no, I just forgot. Visit us on DTLPodcast.com, and on there we got links to iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Follow us at DTL Podcast on Twitter and Facebook, and like and subscribe anywhere that you can possibly like and subscribe us. That'd be very cool of you. Also comment. That'd be nice. We'd like to know how we do.
Constructive criticism.
Even constructive criticism would be best. That'd be nice.
Or unbridled hate.
Unbridled hate also good. Wait, no, we don't want that.
I'm with Ian on this one.
Hashtag DTL Podcast.
Maybe some solid ambivalence.
Yeah, we get a lot of that. That's what not commenting is.
Rise and shine. You're in trouble now. Yeah, my pa's coming for me. He learned how to kill a man good and slow in the war. I am gonna watch you suffer.
What are you doing?